Now, I seen this on Instagram and I was like, oh, heck no, let's get into this. Man leaves his baby mother for the woman she agreed to have a threesome with. Dun, dun, dun. Now, ain't that the biggest cachetada en el pinche cara, the biggest slap in the face? I'm going to tell you why you should never do three ways and you should never do this shit. Let's get into it. Now, first and foremost, I will never shame any partner or any couples that do this type of stuff. The reason why is because that is your life and your man, and you guys have different boundaries and levels and trust that, I might not deal with in my relationship. So all power to y'all. If that's what gets you guys going and it makes you stronger than ever in a throuple, it reminds me of Shameless, Veronica and Kevin. Go for it, pop off. I pray to God that nothing bad happens. But like I said, this is my take on this situation. Next. Now, the one reason why I feel like this is not a good idea is because not only do I live in Vegas and not only have I talked to so many couples who have been in thruples and now they're no longer together. One of the reasons why I feel like you shouldn't do this is because a lot of men have an itch that they're going to scratch. And what happens when you have an itch that you need to be scratched? It's going to keep going and going and going. And then now your sex life is not going to be as fun because look what you introduced him to. When you start topping off the levels of kinkiness, I promise you that's going to get worse and worse. Let me give you an example. There's studies that have shown men that watch porn, how they go into a rabbit hole. They'll watch regular stuff, then they're watching tranny, then they're watching all this stuff. Follow me. You like certain kinks and don't have a cap on that, sexuality that you have, it gets worse and you want more and it starts getting worse and worse because now you're not pleasured by the one thing that you had. Make sense? So you opening those doors, you don't know what kind of man you're dealing with. You could be dealing with a man who's so perverted, it gets worse. And because you allowed this, he's going to think he could do whatever. And because you already allowed something you weren't okay with, you showed him, yep, cross my boundaries. That's one reason. Second reason is if you're not comfortable with something and something doesn't sit well with your spirit and you go, okay, let's do it because he convinced you, you're going to watch this man fucking toes curling, fucking elevating from the ceiling, shaking, creaming all over the place. But he never did that shit with you. Now you're going to feel insecure. And then you're watching another woman do it to your man. Nice. And then not only, like I said, aftermath, you don't know what he's going to do, whether he's going to cuddle her, hold her, try to get at her, try to whatever. And now you have to think about that. Not only were you already insecure beforehand, now you're triple insecure. But who did that? You, because you agreed with it. Now, if you're a woman who wants to do three ways with your man, all power to you. But if your man's convincing you to do this shit, I tell you to run. No real man is ever going to come to you and tell you, oh, let's fuck somebody else. Men know that real women would be repulsed by that. When a woman loves a man, she loves him wholeheartedly. I'm sorry, y'all. I don't believe it is love when you can watch your partner fuck other people. That's my personal opinion. It ain't love. And the reason why I say that is because every man knows when they're territorial, they don't want nobody touching their woman and vice versa. And let's be honest, another reason why I feel so strongly about this reason here. You don't know whether that man is mentally checking out. Men who care about you are protective of you. So now that he's not protective as much and doesn't care who's fondling you and touching you, that sparks a red flag to me. And I don't know if you've ever been with a man who actually loves you. They don't ask that. They don't ask, let's go fuck Sarah in the corner. They don't do that. Men who look at you as an object and men who look at you like you're stupid are always going to try to sleep with other women and try to convince you. And men who are lustful are going to convince you to do that. A man who wants marriage, a man who wants safety and security, and a man who wants you to feel good and comfortable is not going to ask you stuff like that. He's not even going to bring it up. Do you know why? Because he knows it's going to make you insecure and ruin the relationship. Just like any woman, go ask a man right now, could we bring a guy into the room? Now he's going to be thinking about that every day. A man who cares about you is a man who cares about your mental health. Don't forget it. So me personally, I suggest you guys don't do things like this. To me, this is shit you do when you're single. Like when you're single, I've never done it. When you're single, do what you want. Mess around, do all this stuff, go to Cancun, all that. Why would you do this when you're with somebody and you're trying to get somewhere in life? And here's another thing. That man hasn't married you, hasn't put a ring on your finger. Maybe you just have his baby and you're going to do this shit? Oh, you dumb as fuck. You dumb as hell. No marriage, no unity. There's nothing that's going to prove that you guys are going to stick with one another. I'm good. I'll pass. Like I said, if my man ever felt the need that he needs to go and sleep around and do that, by all means, Papa, nobody's stopping you. If you no longer want to be the pilot to this plane, go ahead and take your seatbelt off and go. I'll find a new pilot and one that's going to ride with me and love me. I don't believe in this, y'all. I was not raised to have multiple partners. I was not raised to do this type of stuff. But if you guys feel like this is okay in your heart, then go ahead and do it. But like I said, there are too many dangers and too many worries. And think about it, y'all. Like I said, you don't know if this man's going to keep contact with her. You don't know if this man's going to be set off by this girl. And you never know. If this man already didn't like you and he fucks somebody else and finds that spark, he's going to leave your ass. He's going to leave you in a heartbeat. And here's another thing. Imagine you agreeing to something you weren't okay with, and then now you're complaining about it every day, but your dumbass did it. And I'm saying dumbass because you are dumb. If you don't want to do something and you still do it because of a man, you do that to yourself. So I'm sorry, y'all. Like I said, I really don't agree with these type of things. And when you see men leaving women for this stuff, you prove our point of why you guys cannot do that. Yeah. Men like to say they can have multiple women. Nah, you don't even have the money or the trust fund to even support that. And then, like I said, you're going to leave your girl for what? A girl you slept with and barely even know? That's my point exactly. A real man would never do stuff like this. This to me is weak, lustful little kid shit. Grown men, big boss energy. I just don't feel like this would be king energy. When I look at the idols that I look up to that are actually married and in love and don't have any cheating scandals, like Denzel Washington, Matthew McConaughey, Tony Robbins, Jordan Peterson, those are good, outstanding men. And the one thing they always say in their things is if your man is lustful, if your man is watching porn, if your man is staring at other women, if your man is doing all these things, if your man even invites another woman, he is not of God and that is not your man. That's why for me, if you want to be that lustful and go freak on other people, no one's stopping you. I'll keep saying it. God bless you. Hallelujah. You can go there. But those are my idols, y'all. And those are the people I look up to and the people that I look for advice. I suggest you get into Tony Robbins and Jordan Peterson out of all the people that I've said. And you will see what they talk about when they talk about lustful men and how dangerous they are. Also, Robert Greene, the one who made the 48 Laws of Power. Be careful. Lustful men are dangerous. You should be scared. And I'm being serious because when you invite lustful men into your life, everything goes downhill. You'll never feel safe and you'll always feel insecure. God bless you. Hope this helped. But that's my take on why you shouldn't do threesomes.